Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Hosted by Spikes podcast. I do hope that you're doing wonderful, and thanks so much for being part of this particular platform where we get to connect and catch up with what is happening around the world. I do hope that you're having a wonderful time wherever you might be at, and this being on the 12th day of the first month of January, the year 2026. I want to welcome you to this particular platform. It's known as a Hosted by Spikes podcast. You can actually check us out on Spotify and I'll watch these particular streams also on YouTube as well. My name is Spikes. In case you're joining us for the very first time, please make sure that you click on that subscribe button. And now once you do, you can also tap on the notifications tab so that whenever I do get to check in and I go live, you are able to join us and you are able to catch up with what is happening with the HBS podcast. You can show some love by following us on Instagram. It's hosted by Spikes, and you will be able to catch me on Instagram as well. You can also find me on Twitter under at or X under at Mwanyeji Spikes. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How has the year started out for you? This is the 12th day of the year. And I do bet that you have plans and goals for this particular year. There might be business plans, there might be social plans, there might be even spiritual plans and goals. Whatever you might be setting yourself up for, I really hope that you do get to do that with utmost endeavor and utmost dedication, because at the end of the day, your passion and your dedication towards your endeavors, that is what sets you apart from anyone else. Anyhow, talking matters 2026. It has been a wonderful year so far for streamers globally, and I'm talking about the one and only I Show Speed. This is a wonderful American streamer. He's a brother who has been doing the most actually on his streams. And recently he set his plan or his tour to Kenya. And this particular plan has turned out to be, I think, what he had hoped for it to be. And actually, on his plans or on his streams, he has said that for all the African countries that he has actually toured, Kenya is actually the best. It's actually on top of the list in terms of the experience, the enjoyment, and also the depth of the experience for all the African countries that he has toured. I did get to see him say that for them, Kenya is actually the number one. It actually comes up on top. And apart from that, I have noticed that even for him, the numbers that he has gotten also, the streaming numbers has also gone up. Consider that he has gone to other countries, but the kind of love that he has seen and received in Kenya, it has been tremendous. And I think it has superseded all these other countries that he has actually toured. And I would say that Kenya is known for its hospitality. The people are very, very hospitable. The people are very, very welcoming. The people are, you will enjoy the culture, you'll enjoy the scenery. And he has been embraced by what we call Brand Kenya or Magical Kenya, which is a tourism initiative by the government that actually markets Kenya as a tourist destination. But I do hope, other than just being a tourist destination, I do hope that he makes the connection with our fellow brothers and sisters right here on the continent and right here in Kenya. I'm talking about iShow Speed. If you don't know him, he's a streamer, and you can also check him out on his YouTube. I think right now he's at 47 million subscribers on his platform, which is actually a big thing. But the experience and also the way he has portrayed Africa, I think he has been one of the people that has been very, very objective in his the portrayal of Africa. And when you go to places and you see that what you have been told before is a lie, then you start to ask yourself, or your mind starts to awaken, and you start to tell yourself, what are the lies have I been told? You are told that if you go to Africa, if you go to Kenya, it's poverty stricken. You'll find people in the forest, and people are living like this and that in very, very bad conditions. But then you have an opportunity to come to a country like Kenya and you realize all of that, most of what you have been told is a lie. It has been a stereotype against the country or against this beautiful continent of the motherland. For him, for I Show Speed, I think it has been a wonderful experience for him so far. And you can check him out. I think he's still right here in the country, for maybe today. I think he might be leaving today or tomorrow. I do not know. But his experience, he has been captured very, very well on his streams. I believe you can still check them out and see what's good with Kenya, what his experience was like. Nonetheless, I want to move a little bit fast forward from that, from his experience, and talk about someone else's experience. And I am talking about the experience of two American actors And these two American actors, they have actually been given citizenship, to become, they have been given citizenship, and now they do have passports from Guinea. Guinea is a West African country, and this West African country, it is known for its the beautiful scenery about this particular country, and also how hospitable the people are. I am talking about Guinea. There is New Guinea, there is Equatorial Guinea, and there is Guinea-Bissau. So if you going into West Africa and you're thinking or you're wondering, what about these three countries? You realize that there is Guinea, there is Guinea-Bissau, there is Equatorial Guinea, and what has happened is that most of these countries, apart from Equatorial Guinea, the other countries in West Africa, most of them were former French colonies. So you find in those particular countries, people speaking in French, apart from Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea was actually colonized by Spain. And if you do not know African history well, you reckon or you realize that Spain did not have many colonies on the continent of Africa. I do believe it's because it had already conquered other areas, and therefore the European counterparts, the colonizers, the counterparts will not allow them to have more, occupy more territory in Africa, and therefore that is why you do find that Spain did not have many colonies on the African continent. Particularly Guinea, yes, Equatorial Guinea was a colony, and right now I'm talking about Guinea, not Equatorial Guinea. And what you realize with Guinea is that it has set up programs. You know, the government there has set up programs for the return of people of African descent who trace their ancestry back in the country. And I am talking about individuals who have an ancestry from this particular country, and these include African Americans who have traced back their ancestry to Guinea. And if you look at the history of the transatlantic slave trade, you realize that so many people were taken, and right now it is a bit easier, through these genealogy tests, the DNA test. It's a bit easier for with the technology right now. It's a little bit easier for people to be able to go back and trace their roots from maybe perhaps different African countries. And you'll find some people, they have had the opportunity, they have traced their heritage to countries such as Benin. Others have been lucky, they have traced their heritage to countries such as Nigeria. Others have traced their heritage to countries such as Niger. Others maybe perhaps in Chad. Others maybe perhaps in Angola, because there's that genealogy test. Some of them, I would not actually vote for 100% for all these genealogy tests. Some of them might be scams. Others might be, people trying to scam you off your money. I think that might happen if you're also not very careful with some of these particular quote unquote tests. But there are these two American individuals, the celebrities. I'm talking about Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. They have been granted Guinean citizenship after the DNA test traced their ancestry to Guinea. And I am talking about this particular program known as Simandou 2040. And Simandou 2040 is actually just like we did have, what was that, Ghana. Ghana did have the year of return in 2019. Was it 2019, 2020? I do not remember well. But they did have the year of return. And what did happen with that is that more people, people were invited back into Ghana to claim their ancestry and also be part of that and get citizenship. So for Jonathan Majors and Megan Good, this is a couple, and they have had the wonderful opportunity for them to go back to Guinea. They have been granted citizenship, and also now they do have their Guinean passports, which is actually a wonderful thing for me. I would love to see more of that happen. People getting to reconnect to their roots, whether be it through those genealogy tests or whether be it through other different platforms. I think that will absolutely be a wonderful, wonderful thing to see happen. Not just in this particular year, but even with those other coming years. Like with that particular program, they do say it's a program open from now even to 2040. I do believe it shall continue to be expanded, and more countries shall also embrace the same, opening up their doors for people of African descent to come back to the African continent and also be reintegrated and also build together towards a prosperous future for Black people anywhere in the globe or anywhere globally. Nonetheless, this has been the hosted by Spikes podcast. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you're doing, and let me know what you're looking forward to this particular year, 2026. Are you looking forward to traveling to any African country? Are you looking forward to learning any African language? I would absolutely love to know what your plans are and what your thoughts are for this particular year, 2026. Nonetheless, thank you so much for being with us. Till next time, much peace and love. Kwaheri. We will say peace.